First ever criminal trial against a president set to begin on Monday. Jury selection now complete in the hush money case against Donald Trump. Bring in criminal defense attorney and federal litigator Vikas Bajaj. Vic, great to have you. Nate was saying the former president's frustrated about the gag order. Here's what he had to say about the gag order.
I have to be released of a gag order. They've taken away my constitutional rights to speak, and that includes speaking to you. I have a lot to say to you, and I'm not allowed to say it. It's very, very unfair that my constitutional rights have been taken away.
It is very unusual, Vic, that he can't say anything about Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels, yet they can go on their podcast and MSNBC and say anything they want.
That's right. It is very rare to have this, especially in a criminal trial. Now, the basis of this type of objection or control is to make sure a potential jury pool is not tainted. We have a jury already selected, so that's not a concern. But also witnesses. We don't want witnesses to be swayed or threatened or dissuaded from testifying. And in this case, there's no evidence of that. This is a very clear attempt, successful attempt thus far, to violate Donald Trump's constitutional First Amendment right. It's as clear as day. It's black and white. Yeah. Now, I've only been doing it a little bit over 22 years, and I'll tell you, I've never had a case where this has happened, especially within the microcosm of the prosecution grabbing the microphone every opportunity they can.
Right. Yeah, it seems like a lot of firsts in this case. FoxNews.com writes the following. Alvin Bragg's office said unless they are ordered to, they will not share witness names with Trump's defense. Prosecutors said they would agree to release one name to defense counsel on Sunday night. I mean, I know it's a courtesy for attorneys, and they often extend it. I mean, this doesn't seem like a trial that there's going to be any courtesy between the two sides.
It's courtesy on the one hand, but it's also a guarantee of our due process rights. Trace, the defense has to be prepared. The government has just a myriad information from which they can select the pieces of evidence they want to present to the fact finder. The defense, much like in federal cases where there is no right to defense discovery until the witnesses are sworn in and testified, that's what's happening in this case. And there is no way to deny the fact that this severely handicaps the defense.
Yeah, lastly, Nate Floyd was talking about a man who lit himself on fire today outside of the Trump thing. And it wasn't long, of course, before the media would blame it on Trump. Watch.
It seems then that the gravitational pull of the Trump melodrama that has gripped the nation since he came down the escalator has now, it appears, resulted in someone coming to that spot where protesters have gathered and lit himself on fire.
The gravitational pull, Vic, and all of a sudden the melodrama that's been going on caused that man to light himself on fire. It gets tiresome.
It's right. It is tiresome. But if you hear it enough, you have a tendency to believe it, Trace. And this is the danger with this type of misinformation being put out there. This is an individual who clearly has mental illness. Now, if you look at his employment history, he was actually working for a couple of Democrat legislators. That's his history. So if he's claiming there's a deep state or some conspiratorial theory, one would query what that is founded on. But, you know, heart goes out to his family to see that sort of thing happening, and quite a distraction, but clear sign of mental illness.
Vikas Bajaj, great to see you as always. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.